Hello and welcome. I'm your host Fatih John, and you're listening to the Heads and Tails podcast. I want to talk about the topics we'll be covering on this podcast real quick. Let's start with the name. The Heads and Tails as a phrase summarizes what this podcast encapsulates for me, because you'll hear the stories of my friends, my trainers, my mentors. Sometimes it happens to be the same person, and the interesting people I meet in the tucked away corners of the world. Imagine a traveling podcast. That's the easiest way I can summarize it. Since I'm Turkish born, I speak Turkish. Some of these episodes will be in Turkish, but also a double entendre with the phrase heads or tails is a reminder for me that there are always more sides to a story. Robert Evans, a famous Paramount producer, once said, "There are three sides to a story: your side, my side, and the truth, and no one's lying." I want to get this right. Memories shared serve each differently. So that's a quote from the movie The Kid Stays in the Picture. My aim is to make this a global podcast, collecting insights from all around the world. Actually, it's me setting out to cultivate a public journal of some sorts of conversations. As my questions get deeper and I speak to more people, we'll discover patterns, draw conclusions, and glean insights from these conversations. So essentially, we'll be collecting and then connecting those dots together. A little philosophy I have on life is that on the surface, people might look completely different, but I want to see for myself and then show to you how similar we are as humankind at the crux of it. I believe as we ask and go deeper, we will see that, principally, we're quite similar. So the purpose of this podcast is to make an efficient machine of dot connectors by collecting different tales from people of different backgrounds, because dots seem to connect when we go really deep or when we go really wide. And in this podcast, we want to go really wide. The only ask I will ever have from you is to help me spread the word. So we can collect more dots, connect more dots, distill insights, and cultivate a connection together. The only way we can do that is if you're listening on Spotify, you could rate and share with your friends. Maybe leave a review. That's going to help me tremendously. And if you're listening on YouTube, you can subscribe and share. Obviously, I don't want you to miss any episodes. I have some really cool episodes from very, very different people. And if you like what you hear, go ahead and smash that like button. I said it. I've always wanted to say this. Now feels the most appropriate time. Anyway, if you leave this 10-second review or a comment, I would be very, very grateful. That would help the podcast tremendously. And sharing is caring. Thank you for listening. I'll see you all in the episodes.